Shalom. We're back. Chaim Olevsky here. It's good to be back. Central Park. Beautiful day. It's a little cold. Today is the 21st day of Shivat. Tonight is the 22nd day of Shvat because the Jewish calendar goes by the night. Starts with the night before. So tonight is the 22nd of Shvat. Tomorrow, Wednesday, is the 22nd of Shvat. It is the Yohrtzeit, the day of the passing of the Rebbe's wife, Rebbetzin Chaya Mushka. I'd like to share a few stories I heard and read about Rebbetzin Chaya Mushka. I think I saw her once in my life. Possibly. Not even sure. She was a very holy and private individual. And when she passed away, the Rebbe used her name to deliver a message to the world. And her name was Chaya Mushka. And he said that there's a verse, a pasuk in the Torah, V'hachai yitein el libo, that the living, Chai means life, that the living should take to heart. In simple translation, it means to pay attention, but it means to take to heart and to learn a lesson. And the Rebbe said from her life and from her name, we can learn lessons and do things in her honor, which would benefit her soul on high, and in turn, it will benefit us and our families. So a few quick stories, and then we'll be on our way. So one story is about this group of women there's a group called Neshei Chabad, the women of Chabad, who would, on the Rebbetzins' birthday, they would give her flowers. And one time, the assistant at the home of the Rebbe opened up the door, took the flowers, and there was a note along with the flowers for the Rebbetzins' birthday. And he delivered the Rebbe, and the Rebbetzin were sitting at the table together in the dining room. He delivered the flowers, put them next to the Rebbetzin because they were for her birthday. And then there was a list of names of people, primarily women, who were asking for blessings for childbirth, to give for blessings for children. Women who didn't have children, and they very commonly, a very common blessing of the Rebbe was for children. So they included that list of names with their flowers, and the attendant put the list of names next to the Rebbe. The Rebbe looked at the list and said, this is for her. It's her birthday, it's her flowers, it's her list, it's her note. So the attendant said, yeah, but this is a list of names for a blessing for children. And the Rebbe said, she too can give blessings, pointing to the Rebbetzin, the Rebbe's wife. And the attendant said, as he relates the story, he said, I was thinking, she could give blessings because she's also the Rebbe's wife. Wow. And the Rebbe immediately said, she can give blessings in her own merit, on her own. So that's one story. There are quite a few stories about the Rebbe's mentioning the idea that she could give blessings. And here's another one coming up. It's cold outside, so I'm wearing gloves. Just cold to hold the stick. Another story is that it was Purim, and the Rebbe and the Rebbetzin were again sitting at a table at the Purim Seudah, at the Purim feast. There's a knock at the door. The attendant opens the door, comes back a few minutes later, does his own thing. When he came back into the room, the Rebbe asked who was at the door. So the attendant said there were some women who were there, they wanted to see the Rebbe. So I told them to go to the secretariat, to the office, and book an appointment. The Rebbe said, please find them and see what they want and what they need. So the attendant went and ran a few blocks. It was already a while later. And he found them near 770 Eastern Parkway, which was about a 10-minute walk. And he asked them to come back and asked what they wanted. They said they wanted a blessing for something. He wrote down their names, the attendant, and he brought in the note to the Rebbe. Again, the Rebbe said, it's for her. Give it to the Rebbetzin. And again, he looked surprised, of course, and said, this is a blessing, a request of blessings from these women. And the Rebbe said, she too can bless. And not only that, but her father, who was the previous Rebbe, gave blessings and they were fulfilled. Her grandfather, who was the Rebbe before that, gave blessings and they were fulfilled. Her great-grandfather, who was the Rebbe before that, gave blessings and they were fulfilled. The Rebbe said, and on in her lineage, people who give blessings in her lineage, in her family, they were fulfilled. So that was another story about the Rebbetzins' power of giving blessings. Another quick one is from a man, his name is Uri Holtzman, and he relates that when he was a child, in his father and later his mother also, they would visit the Rebbe's home frequently, and they would visit the Rebbetzin, Rebbe's wife. And once, when he was 7 years old, he came into the home and he looked, he saw there was an upstairs and a downstairs, and it was a spacious home. So he asked the Rebbetzin, he said, where are your children? I want to play with the kids. Where are they? There's enough room for kids. And the Rebbetzin, his mother gave him a sharp look and tried to quiet things down, but the Rebbetzin responded and said, were you in 770? So he said, yes. So she asked, did you see people there? He said, yes. He says, those are my children. That's the story. And then the boy pushed her a little further and said, but there's so many people there, how can they all be your children? And again, his mother nudged him and gave him a stern look. And she said, little boy, Uri, whatever the Rebbetzin says is true. And the Rebbetzin nodded with her head, affirming that all the people in 770, basically all of us, are her children. So there's another story. And finally, I'll just end with a thought that the Rebbe himself, regarding the passing of the Rebbetzin, the Rebbe himself asked for people to learn from her name itself, which is Hachai Yiten Elibo, which the living should take to heart and to pay attention. And the Rebbe said that we should learn Torah, learn extra Torah and do extra mitzvot in her merit, and also give tzedakah in the value of the numerical value of her name, which I think is 470. You can check that up later. And the Rebbe said that anybody who does anything in her merit, being a great woman as she is, it gives her life and it gives her added value in the spiritual realm, and she in turn will bless you and your family and your children with children, with health, with long life and health and abundance in all areas, material and spiritual. That's the story for today. And if you're able to go to the Rebbe's Ohel, if you're in town, it's a good idea. Go to the Ohel. I should be there within the next 24 hours, so if you're local, you can let me know if you want to come along. That's it for today. God bless you. Enjoy the rest of the day.